to attain the Supreme God and to get His real benefit. There is evidence in the Holy Bible that God created man in His own form. He created the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th day. There is evidence in Quran Sharif that God Himself is saying to Hazrat Muhammad that I have sent you to tell the glory of that Supreme God. That God is Kabir, who created the universe in 6 days and sat on the throne on the 7th day. Ask about Him from Tattvadarshi saint to unravel all these mystical secrets. Must listen the nectar words of Jagat Guru Tattvadarshi Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, based on the holy scriptures of all religions.
Hail Satguru Dev, hail Bandi Chhod God Kabir Ji, hail Bandi Chhod Garib Das Ji Maharaj Ji, hail Swami Ram Devanand Ji Guru Maharaj Ji. सत साहेब।
गरीब नमो नमो सतपुरुष को नमस्कार गुरु की नहीं। सुर नर मुनि जन साधुआं संतों सर्वस दी नहीं। सतगुरु साहेब संत सब डंडो तुम प्रणाम। आगे पीछे मद हुए तिनको जा कुर्बान।
Eternal Father, Almighty, Supreme God, Creator of all universes, complete God Kabir Dev Ji, Kabir Sahib, God Kabir has bestowed special mercy on all pious souls, the one we have been searching for ages. We had been listening to the qualities of God, that God gives happiness, gives eyes to the blind, disease-free, healthy body and child to the childless. God takes away all the sorrows and gives all the happiness. We used to listen to the qualities of God which were correct, but we were not able to decide as to who is that complete God who can give us that happiness, taking away our sorrows, and who has all these qualities. Until now, we were not able to decide on this, and hence we believed any God as complete God. Believing them as complete God, we used to keep praying in front of Him, "Oh God, give me happiness, give me this, give me that." Coincidentally, due to our good deeds from previous life, if we got any benefit, we used to give its credit to our way of worship, and we used to bear thousands of sorrows while following that way of worship. It never occurred to our mind, it never used to come to our mind that the God whom we are worshipping gave us benefits early on, but why aren't we getting any benefits now? This matter was out of the reach of our intelligence. Pious souls, truly we are living in a very wrong place. Do you think these are the qualities of Almighty? Somebody's leg is broken, somebody's suffering from cancer, someone's son passes away, someone's daughter passes away, someone's entire family gets destroyed due to an accident or maybe some other reason. So is this the place of God? God is one who gives no sorrows, but only happiness. He is God. This place has been created by Kaal, God, only to give torture, just like a prison, a jail. How does He send a soul on this earth where there is no facility from God, the one who is God here, the one who is the owner here, he is called Kaal. And the one who is called Kaal has no mercy. The one who is called Kaal has no element of mercy in him. Kaal himself mentions in Gita chapter number 11, verse number 32, that Arjun, I am Kaal, and I have appeared to destroy every world and all these soldiers. So from this, it is understood that the sorrows already given to us here, it may be less, because the one who is called Kaal can only give sorrows, he can never give happiness. Almighty says,
भक्ति बिना क्या होत है, भरम रहा संसार, रति कंचन पाया नहीं, रावण चलती बार। सर्व सोने की लंका थी वह रावण से रणधीरम, एक पलक में राज बिराजी जम के पड़े जंजीरम।
Lanka was entirely made up of gold. We think that we will make a beautiful house, we will use beautiful chip tiles in it, while he was making it out of gold. Completely out of gold, and while departing, dying from here, he couldn't even take along 1 gram of it. The world in which we are living belongs to Kaal. There is no happiness here. Instead, everything here is heartless work of this God, because the one whose name is Kaal, the one who is a butcher, then how can there be happiness for the creature? And he himself says in Gita Ji chapter number 11, verse number 32, in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, that Arjun, I am Kaal, and I have appeared to destroy everything. Arjun says in chapter 11th and 21st verse that God, you are eating gods as well. You are also eating the sages, and this entire community of sages is folding their hands in front of you. May all be well, may all be well, forgive us, forgive us. You are eating them as well. He says that I am Kaal, I am not going to leave anyone, and even if you don't fight, I will still kill them. I have already killed them. So pious souls, we are believing in someone as God, in someone who himself says that I am Kaal. We have been worshipping a snake, Now Sri Krishna was not Kaal. Sri Krishna never called himself as Kaal before this Gita knowledge was recited, and he never called himself as Kaal after that. This is Kaal, he is the owner of 21 universes and is the father of Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. The mother of Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh is Durga, and this Brahm, address him as Kaal or address him as Brahm, he is also called Brahm in the form of Kaal. He has been cursed to consume 1 lakh human souls every day, and hence he has trapped us here for it. How did we get trapped here with this Kaal? How did we come here in this dirty world? We had made one mistake there. Our father had given us all the facilities. There was no inconvenience of any kind. We were immortals. We remained young forever. We had family over there. There were complete group and family. There is creation in Satlok just like this, but the soul there is virtuous. There is no death, no old age. There are evergreen trees there. There are no fights, no disputes, no partitions. So we left our God who had given us all the facilities. We got attracted to him. He was doing penance by standing. Now, just like a butcher breeds the goats, he gives all the facilities to those goats, like making a boundary on all 4 sides for them, so that any violent bird or animal may not eat them. Makes grasslands for them where a good quantity of grass, herbs, trees grows for them. Makes a pond for them. Makes a shed made up of dried grass, that is a hut. They can take shelter under it if they feel cold or if it rains, and very nice food for them is always available. Now those goats think that our owner is very nice. He has provided so many facilities to us. He has given us grass to eat, gave us grasslands, and even a pond has been made for us. Now those goats have only that much intelligence, and at that time they forget what he does when he gets an order of 20 goats or 10 goats. He goes there with a stick and segregates the fattest ones. Now, at that time, it doesn't matter if someone's son is dying, someone's daughter is getting slaughtered, be it someone's mother, or somebody's father is dying. He doesn't see whose son is it or mother it is, what will happen to his mom. She may cry, or her children may cry. He just takes them away. He never thinks about this. It never comes to his mind. He segregates the fat ones and just kills them, slaughters them. We are in the same situation here. You see, in an accident, an entire family gets destroyed. Similarly, in a natural calamity like an earthquake, the entire region gets destroyed. In some family, 4 people die out of 5, and in some 3 or 4 die. From a family of 6, some children are saved, and somebody's father is saved. So this is our situation here, like the goats of that butcher, and we think and say the God is so nice. He has given such a beautiful earth. Here we have so many different varieties of fruits and flowers, cashew nuts, dried grapes, apples, orange, so many waterfalls, so many rivers are there, water is below, and there is lovely atmosphere, and we produce children and he eats them. But we could never think as to why this is happening. What is happening with us? This is because he has made our intelligence so weak, and we have been given such a body in which we cannot think much. In this body, something or the other happens at all times. There is a disease or tension, different types of problems are there in it. So God gave us this knowledge after coming here.
महाराज जी, गुरु नानक देव जी ने किस सतनाम का जाप किया? क्या उस सतनाम का कोई प्रमाण है? क्या सतनाम के जाप से मोक्ष संभव है?
The Almighty met the founder of Sikhism, the respected Nanak Sahib Ji. He first met him in the form of Kabir. That was the form of a weaver in which he used to live in Kashi. At that time, respected Nanak Sahib Ji was living at his sister's Nanki's place in Sultanpur city, and he was working in the pantry for the king of Sultanpur. He got the job there through reference of his brother-in-law who was working at a high post for the king. Every day for bathing, Nanak Sahib Ji used to take 1 or 2 servants with him. River Beas was flowing through Sultanpur. They used to go there for bathing. One day, God Kabir Dev Ji met him in the form of a Zinda sage and began quizzing him, stating that I am a lost creature. I am wandering in search of God. I have heard a lot about you. You are a great sage and a very good devotee. I want to acquire some knowledge from you. Now, based on whatever knowledge Nanak Sahib Ji had acquired from Brijlal Pandey, he started stating that Lord Vishnu is the Supreme, and he only undertakes creation, stability and destruction by taking 3 different forms. He is eternal, neither is he born nor he dies. Then he said that one should read Gita Ji daily. By reading it daily, a soul gets a lot of benefits. One can attain God. Then God asked him that which mantra do you chant? Nanak Sahib Ji told Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Radhe Shyam, Sita Ram, Radhe Radhe Shyam Milade. and Om Mantra as well. Now Almighty questioned, "Respected sage, who gave the knowledge of Gita?" Nanak Sahib Ji said that first make me your Guru, then I will tell you everything. Now God said, fine, you are my Guru and I am your child. Please give me the knowledge as I want salvation. I am already on the way to search God. There is no issue of Guru and student. Here Nanak Sahib said, kindly introduce yourself. Almighty said that I am a weaver. My name is Kabir. And I live in Kashi. I work as a weaver. I am in search of God. And I accept you as my Guru. You are my Guru and I am your student. Please give me knowledge. Then Nanak Sahib answered the question Almighty had asked as to who gave the knowledge of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Nanak Sahib Ji said Shri Krishna Ji. Whose avatar was Shri Krishna? Almighty asked. Nanak Sahib Ji said he was Vishnu's avatar. Vishnu himself came as Shri Krishna. So God questioned, that means Gita Ji's knowledge was given by Vishnu. Yes, say Shri Vishnu or say Shri Krishna. In Gita chapter number 4 verse number 5 and 9, in Gita Ji chapter number 2 verse number 12, in Gita Ji chapter number 10 verse number 2, giver of knowledge of Gita says, Arjun, you and I have many births. You are unaware, but I am aware. That, O Guruji, means these are mortals. How can you say that these are eternal? It is written in a holy book, chapter 18, verse 62. It is said that with all your heart and sincerity, take the refuge of that Almighty, and His mercy will attain you eternal peace. An eternal place, so who is the God? I am in search of that one and only. Now Nanak Ji was surprised to hear this, that this is really true. Then Almighty said that Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh are mortals. They are in the cycle of birth and death. For this point, God gave him a reference that it is written in 3rd section of Srimad Devi Bhagavat. Now when Nanak Sahib Ji heard that Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh are mortals, he became very annoyed and he stopped talking properly and said that do not utter a further word. Almighty stood up and left. From there, at that time, few other devotees who had gone there for a bath had sat down to hear the discussion. When Kabir Sahib left from there, those devotees who had come for a bath started asking Nanak Sahib, who was that who was calling you as his Guru and himself as your student? Who was he? Nanak Sahib Ji said that he was a weaver, a scheduled caste, small mouth, big words. He was saying that Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh are mortals. And when I gave him the correct knowledge, he was defeated and he ran away. Pious souls, a virtuous soul like Nanak Sahib was also filled with ego, filled with arrogance. And because of this arrogance, they went away from God. After that incident, he kept turning and twisting in bed the whole night, and after he read Gita Ji again in depth, he came to the same conclusion he discussed with other Brahmins, but nobody gave him a proper answer. Upon reading Devi Bhagavat, Nanak Sahib Ji realized that it is really written that they are mortals and have mother and father, and that the preachers of Hindu religion are not aware of it. He was very restless and continuously thought of Kabir Sahib. He was debating with himself, Kashi is not close by. How do I go there? I am employed. How do I leave this job? Who knows who he was? Was he some god? Or he was just saying that he lives in Kashi and that he's a weaver. He prayed with his whole heart that, Almighty, please meet me again. Please help me meet that great man again. When someone sincerely prays to God from the depth of their heart, then God definitely listens to that soul. 6 months had passed to that incident, and he used to go over there daily and used to keep looking around, hoping that he could see him again. He was yearning deeply when Almighty came for the second time at about the same time he had gone to River Beas for a bath and was getting ready for it. It was summer season when Almighty went there again. Nanak Sahib Ji saw that the same great sage is coming. He reached closer to him and started talking in the same manner. The discussion went on for a long time. When both were discussing, then others couldn't see the Almighty. They were thinking that Nanak Sahib Ji is talking on his own. If someone questioned who Nanak Sahib Ji is talking to, others used to say he's a devout individual. Many a times he talks on his own. He keeps humming the glory of God. But he was talking as if someone is sitting in front of him. Others who had gone there for bathing became busy in bathing. At that time, Nanak Sahib Ji said to Almighty that I shall hide in this river. Would you find me? Almighty was in the form of a sage, in the form of a Zinda sage. Nanak Sahib Ji jumped in the river. Almighty took his soul along and hid his body in upstream. Others thought that he had drowned. When he, Nanak Ji, did not come out, it resulted in a chaos in the entire town. There was noise, divers were called in. They searched till far with help of a net, but didn't get anything. Everyone thought that Nanak Sahib Ji has drowned. On the other hand, Almighty took him to Sachkhand, eternal place. Similarly, he took Dharamdas Ji and left him back. When he went above to Sachkhand, he was made aware of the situation of all universes. He was shown him the worlds of Sri Brahma Ji, Vishnu Ji, Shiv Ji, shown all the roots in 21 universes. When they reached Sachkhand, eternal place, there Almighty was seated on the throne. In another form, Almighty has a crown on his head. The crown is white, and his one pore has radiance equivalent to light of 10 million suns plus 10 million moons. Now the moment Kabir Sahib went above in the form of a Zinda sage, then Nanak Sahib Ji thought that this is God who is seated on the throne, and this Zinda sage may be some servant, attendant, crew. Kabir Sahib picked up the flabellum and respectfully started whisking it over his other form. Nanak Sahib Ji thought that Kabir, that sage, Zinda sage, this weaver is a servant here, and the one who is seated on the throne is the Almighty. As Nanak Ji was thinking this, Almighty who was seated on the throne stood up, whose one pore has the radiance equivalent to 10 million suns plus 10 million moons, and the Zinda sage who had gone there from down sat on that throne of overall controller, and that God in radiant body started whisking the flabellum. Now Nanak Sahib Ji got confused as to who is the real God. Amongst them, next, that radiant body merged into the body of Zinda sage. Now only Kabir God was left in the form of overall controller and was seated in the form of Zinda sage. And the flabellum was whisking on its own. Then God said to his dear and dedicated devotee, Sri Nanak Sahib Ji, that currently I am playing the role of a weaver at Banaras in Kashi in India. I am living there as a weaver, and I am giving true spiritual knowledge there, and told Nanak Sahib Ji that this Sachkhand is your place. You have gone from here. You have already taken approximately 60,000 births as a great devout person, and even good souls like you are wandering. So just think what will be the condition of a common soul by undertaking these practices of worship. Then Nanak Sahib Ji said, O God, this world is really different. This world is amusing. Please keep me here, dear Lord. Then Almighty said, you will have to go back. When you went from here, you were full of spirituality, devotion. Now you don't have that anymore. You will have to get spiritually charged to the same level and come back. You will come back by becoming equally devout, and to make you equally devout, to ensure that spirituality and devoutness enters in you, I have Satnam and Sarnam. Through other mantras, you would not be able to accumulate devotion even in 1 billion lives, which in a very small period of time, while staying within the rules, you can achieve through Satnam and Sarnam. You won't be equally devout even in 1000 eras the way you can become in just few days with the help of these mantras if you remain in the rules. Then God said to his dear soul dedicated devotee Sri Nanak Sahib Ji that
मारे सत्य गुरु दे रहे ए लारे सत्य नाम सुमर मन में लारे मारे सत्य गुरु दे रहे सतनाम सुमर मन में लारे भगवान सुमर मन में लारे सतनाम मारे सत्य गुरु दे रहे सतनाम सुमर मन में लारे भगवान सुमर मन में लारे सतनाम सुमर मन मारे सत्य गुरु दे रहे लारे सतनाम सुमर मन में कोडी कोडी माया जोड़ी जोड़ भरा एक थलारे कोडी कोडी माया जोड़ी जोड़ भरा एक थलारे खाली आया खाली जागा संग चलना दे लारे खाली आया खाली जागा संग चलना दे लारे मारे सत्य गुरु दे रहे सतनाम सुमर मन में लारे भगवान सुमर मन में लारे सतनाम सुमर मन में लारे भगवान सुमर मारे सत्य गुरु दे रहे हैं लारे सतनाम सुमर मन में लारे मारे साहिब दे रहे मात पिता तेरा कुटुंब कबीला यो कोई दिन का मेला रे मात पिता तेरा कुटुंब कबीला यो कोई दिन का मेला रे यही मिलाया यहीं रे बिछुड़ जा जागा हंस अकेला रे यही मिलाया यहीं रे बिछुड़ जा जागा हंस अकेला रे मारे सत्य गुरु दे रहे सतनाम सुमर मन में लारे मन में लारे सतनाम सुमर मन भगवान सुमर मन में लारे मारे साहिब दे रहे नाम सुमर मन में लारे मारे सत्य गुरु दे रहे एक डार पे दो पक्षी बैठे, एक गुरु एक चेला रे। एक डार पे दो पक्षी बैठे, एक गुरु एक चेला रे। चेला तो चंचल है भाई, गुरु निरंतर खेला रे। चेला तो चंचल है भाई, गुरु निरंतर खेला रे। मारे सत्य गुरु दे रहे, मारे सत्य गुरु दे रहे। सतनाम सुमर मन में लारे, भगवान सुमर मन में लारे। सतनाम सुमर मन, भगवान सुमर मन में लारे। मारे साहिब दे रहे, इस पद का तुम भेद सुनो भाई, कौन गुरु कौन चेला रे। इस पद का तुम भेद सुनो भाई, कौन गुरु कौन चेला रे। रामानंद का कह कबीरा, शब्द गुरु चित चेला रे। रामानंद का कह कबीरा, शब्द गुरु चित चेला रे। मारे सत्य गुरु दे रहे, सतनाम सुमर मन में लारे। भगवान सुमर मन में लारे। सतनाम सुमर मन, भगवान सुमर मन में लारे। मारे साहिब दे रहे, मारे सत्य गुरु दे रहे हे लारे। सतनाम सुमर मन में, इस पद का तुम भेद सुनो भाई, कौन गुरु कौन चेला रे। इस पद का तुम भेद सुनो भाई, कौन गुरु कौन चेला रे। रामानंद का कह कबीरा, शब्द गुरु चित चेला रे। रामानंद का कह कबीरा, शब्द गुरु चित चेला रे। मारे सत्य गुरु दे रहे, सतनाम सुमर मन में लारे। भगवान सुमर मन में लारे। सतनाम सुमर मन, भगवान सुमर मन में लारे। मारे साहिब दे रहे, नाम सुमर मन में लारे। मारे सत्य गुरु दे रहे, सत साहिब।
Now, pious souls, he was a devout soul right from beginning. He used to trust on God and believe on saints. He understood from God's words that there is a mantra, and that mantra, that Satnam, I will give you in Kashi, in Banaras. You can come there. God showed him all universes, showed the worlds of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, the Almighty and his dear soul, discussed for 3 days. On the 3rd day early morning, God left Nanak Sahib Ji's soul into his body at the river. The body was kept hidden somewhere. Early morning, Nanak Sahib Ji was spotted at the same river. Other people had gone there for a bath. Everyone saw that Nanak Sahib is alive. He is alive. A wave of happiness spread. The entire city ran to see. His sister came to know that her brother is alive. She was in a very bad condition from crying continuously. Everyone came running. From that day on, he left the service of that king. And by souls, one day he went to his job, and everyone who had come to buy stuff, he started giving everyone 1, 2, 3, and he forgot counting after 13. Tera or yours. Oh God, there is nothing here. Everything is yours, yours. He distributed the entire treasury by saying yours. Someone made a complaint to the king that your entire treasury has been distributed by your servant. He has emptied it, and he himself has taken the form of the Zinda sage, the form in which God met him. He wore exactly same clothes, made the same appearance, and sat down in the crematory on the other side. An investigation was conducted for the treasury in presence of Sri Jai Ram Ji, who was Sri Nanak Sahib Ji's brother-in-law, and on whose reference Nanak Ji was offered employment there. When the investigation of the treasury was conducted, it was found that the government owed Nanak Sahib Ji 760 rupees extra. That king asked for forgiveness, called for Nanak Ji and asked him to join the service again. Nanak Sahib Ji left all the money there and said, I don't want to do your job. Now I will work for the true government. He said, I will search God. He is living here in Banaras, Kashi. He has descended on earth. I met him. Who met you? Someone asked. Nanak Ji said that True Almighty had met me. He took me to Sachkhand and I will go in search of him. I must acquire Satnam.
मारे सत्य गुरु दे रहे ए लारे सतनाम सुमर मन में लारे.
Similarly, God had met respected Garib Das Sahib Ji in the fields of village Chodani, Haryana. He was grazing his cows. God came in the form of Zinda sage over there. Garib Das Ji was a child, 10 years old. He was grazing his cows and there were other shepherds along with him. Almighty took him to Sachkhand as well. He left him back in the evening. He took him at 10 a.m., left him back at 8 p.m. People were about to cremate him, thinking he was dead. Just in time, his soul came back, and immediately upon returning, he started speaking these divine words. He said, Hum sultani nanak tare dadu ko upadesh diya. Jat julaha bhed na paya wo kashi mahe Kabir hua. Respected Garib Das Sahib Ji said, Jhanki dekh Kabir ki, Nanak ki tiva. Vah sikha ke gal padi, ab kaun chhodave ta. Jhanki means view of Sachkhand. Just like we see it on the 26th January in India, there is a tableau display. There is a tableau of Haryana state. There is a tableau of Punjab. In these different models are prepared for display on same lines. Respected Garib Das Sahib Ji says,
झांकी वेख कबीर की नानक की वाह.
Vaheguru, Vaheguru, wow Guru. You are simply wow. There is no salvation without Satnam, and we are not even close to Satnam. That great sage Nanak Ji, that great soul, was very happy after getting this mantra, greatly appreciated and thanked the Almighty for it. And you don't even know its value. This Satnam was given to only few great souls till today. It was banned after that, to be disclosed later. Almighty had told them and made them vow that only they should chant this Satnam. Satnam comprises of two words. One is Om and another is Tat. Om is for Brahm, Akshar Purush, and Tat belongs to this Akshar Purush. And Sat, like you must have heard in Gita Ji, chapter 17, verse 23, Om Tat Sat iti nirdeshaha brahmanah trividaha smrataha. To attain that complete God and go to Satlok, these three mantras are to be chanted, and even the giver of knowledge of Gita is unaware about it. Gita narrator, 4th chapter and 34th verse says, the ultimate true spiritual knowledge about the Almighty is given by the Almighty Himself through His speech after coming here. To understand that spiritual knowledge, you will have to go to an enlightened saint That enlightened saint will give you the spiritual knowledge about the Supreme God. So the giver of knowledge of Gita also is not aware of it. He has just given an indication here. Satnam is made by combining with these two words, Om and Tat. Satnam, that is also called as Adi Nam, is so valuable that your life is waste until you get it. Nanak Sahib Ji was well aware of this fact. He then started Vaheguru Satnam Shri Vaheguru. Satnam Shri Vaheguru.
मारे सत्य गुरु दे रहे ए लारे सत्य नाम सुमरे मन में लारे.
Pious souls, the holy Sikh religion is not ready to accept the fact that Nanak Sahib Ji's Guru was Kabir, that weaver from Kashi. They instead try to prove that Shri Nanak Sahib Ji was the Guru of Kabir Sahib. This is just a tendency. It is a nature that we do not wish to see our Guru or our deity smaller to someone else, but nobody becomes big or small by our actions or our words, and we should not fall in this mess of big or small. We should understand that what these great sages were trying to say by playing the role of a guru and disciple. Pious souls, respected Garib Das Sahib Ji said that
कि हम सुल्तानी नानक तारे दादू को उपदेश दिया और जात जुलाहा वेद नहीं पाया का सीमाएं कबीर होया.
So Nanak Sahib Ji started from there. His first visit was to Banaras.
आइए अब हम उन श्रद्धालुओं के अनुभव जानते हैं जो जगत गुरु तत्वदर्शी संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी से दीक्षा प्राप्त कर चुके हैं तथा उनके द्वारा बताए गए भक्ति मार्ग पर चल रहे हैं.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Sir, what is your name?
The name of this servant is Darbari Ram Gaikwad.
Sir, where have you come from?
I am from village Dhebri, Dandilahara, district Balot, Chhattisgarh.
Sir, when did you take initiation from Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj?
Sir, on September 23rd, 2018, this slave got his spiritual birth again.
Sir, what do you do?
Sir, I'm currently posted as Rural Agricultural Development Officer in the Agricultural Department, sir.
Sir, before taking initiation from Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, did you also do some devotional practices?
Although I did not do any special devotional practice, sometimes when festivals came, I used to celebrate them and I didn't have such special passion for it.
Then how did you come under the shelter of Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj?
Sir, behind this, a big accident happened with me. I would like to explain a little in detail. I was going to my child while going on a bike. Some four-wheeler hit me from behind on the highway. After getting hit, I fainted. When I was taken to the hospital, I came to know that my pelvic bone, which supports the structure of the whole body, which is the bone of the waist joint, was completely opened along with the adjacent hip bone. It broke and entered into each other. And apart from these, there were many such injuries. As you can see, my nose was torn, my head was hit, my hand was injured. This type means I was lying in a death-like condition. After that, when I was taken to the district hospital, the doctors there, seeing the situation, refused that you will not be treated here, you go to Sector 9. This way, when I was taken to Sector 9, they refused there in Sector 9 also, and I was referred to Ashpur's Hospital. Doctors of Ashpur's Hospital admitted me, kept me for 5 days. After keeping me for 5 days, they could not give me any kind of treatment which should be done. In the condition in which I was lying, I needed an immediate operation But even after keeping me in the hospital for 5 days, the doctor left saying that I will not be able to come for 2 days. I'm going out for family work. After this, we'll see. In this way, I didn't even have an operation there. At last, after keeping me for 5 days, I was told that it is not possible to treat this type of accident in the whole of Chhattisgarh. Then I was referred to Nagpur AIMS. Sir, when I went to Nagpur AIMS, after going there, I had an operation after a day. After the operation, the doctor himself said that in this type of case, there is a 10% chance that the person will be fine. Otherwise, someone will be on the bed or wheelchair for the rest of his life. This way, when I came home, my father-in-law told my wife that, daughter, there is a Guru, Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, whose Satsang comes at different channels. At the end of the Satsang, devotees come who tell that this disease has been cured, accident has been cured. So many tell their experience. There is initiation center at Soregaon, some distance from your location. Go there and take initiation. Do devotion and you will be all right. While our father-in-law was already associated with the Radha Swami sect for 15 years, even though he was not in this sect, God inspired him and he sent us there. My wife went initiation center at Soregaon. Their devotees tell her that these are some conditions. She said, I have come to take initiation with God's inspiration. She came with initiation, and when she came home and started doing devotion with regulations as told, as soon as my wife started chanting mantra, till then I was in the bed. Neither could I turn, nor could I sit, nor could I get up. All the activities like pooping, urinating, all these things were happening in my bed, that I was rigged from here to there. From here to there, the whole operation has been done. You can see that in such a situation, my wife had brought books like Jeene Ki Rah and Gyan Ganga for me.
What did the doctor tells you?
Doctors said that, sir, 90% we cannot say that the situation will become as it was before, but 10% have faith in the God that you can be cured. And in the same condition, when I chanted the mantra, sir, as I read the book, as I used to watch the Satsangs of Guruji Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj, I used to watch Satsang video clips in my mobile, and while doing this, sir, this condition came automatically in my body that movement had started. There was a time when the waist was not working at all. This leg was not moving only. The thumb used to move. So the doctor also said for that, do not stop it, keep moving it as I did. As I started reading the book, watched Satsang, my body started improving. Then what happened? In the meantime, the doctor used to call us to Nagpur every month and a half for checkup. When I went for checkup after 4 to 6 months, the doctor said that now make him sit with the support of pillow. Before that, I already started sitting on my own by putting a pillow. Then after 3 months I went again. Then the doctor said make him stand for a while and start walking. Before that I already started walking. This means by the grace of Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, this improvement started happening slowly. After that, sir, I started walking with a stick. So I said to myself that now I will go to Guruji's Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj's ashram and I myself will take initiation. After doing this, I went to the ashram, sir, and after going there, the devotees made me sit on the chair because at that time I couldn't sit on the ground. My family members, my friends, my staff members used to say that this man will never be able to stand. He will not be able to walk. They even said that I'll drag myself for the rest of my life. My officers had made my preparations for my VR that start preparing documents for his compulsory retirement. How many months are left for this? He has 20 years of service, but God has such mercy that as soon as I came after taking initiation, earlier I couldn't prostrate to Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj. Devotees made me sit on a chair and gave me initiation of God. After that, as soon as I came, after taking mantra initiation, as soon as I started doing devotion, remaining within all limits, the power kept coming in my body. Today, I'm standing in front of you people. I can walk, I can run, I'm riding a bike, I'm driving a car, I'm doing all the work today. It's only the mercy of God Kabir, this God who has come in the body of Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj. It is His mercy only. It is a miracle that I'm standing in front of you like a normal man, to whom people once used to say that he'll be in a wheelchair, he'll never be able to walk. They used to speak like this. Such a big miracle of God has happened with me, sir. You can see the report and understand which bone in my body was broken. You can see this in the x-ray of my waist. You can see that there is a gap between it. It is connected to each other, which has broken apart during the accident, has segregated, and due to this, the body of the man remains standing. After the operation, the doctor has made a joint by putting a plate along with this. It is the bone of the hips which was broken and inserted into each other, which are set apart by tightening with screws. In this situation, the doctor said because this is up and down, these conditions are very rare cases. If it happens, then only 10% chance remains for the person to come in full condition. Otherwise, 90% of the person remains lying in a wheelchair or bed. As you can see here is a report of Rainam Village ENT Hospital when I went to the doctor on 24th March 2019 to the nose and ear specialist and told him that, doctor, I have a lot of pain in both my ears and pus is coming out of them. Along with this, I'm having a lot of difficulty in hearing. I'm hearing double voice. So they checked. After checking, the doctor told me that both your eardrums are torn. There is a hole. Then I said, doctor, what is the treatment for this? The doctor said that there is only one treatment, which is an operation. It cannot be cured without an operation. I said, doctor, when will it have to be done? Doctor said, right now, the pus is coming out of the ear. Until this infection is cured, we will not do the operation. So let it get cured first. Then you come for the operation. As you see, there is another report attached behind it. It is dated 8/11/2019, means after 8 months. When I went again to the same doctor in the same hospital, he said that, brother, I had told you earlier also that there is a hole in your ear and it will not be cured without operation. Then why are you coming again and again? When the operation has to be done, then only come. Otherwise, don't come. I said, okay, doctor. Then asked him that, doctor, when this condition occurs, he told that there are 3 reasons for this. One is when an accident happens. Second is if a terrible sound is heard near your ear. Third is if when you are slapped near your ear, then this type of condition occurs. In these three conditions, this type of incident occurs. If any one of these three reasons happen, then you get this type of hole in your ear, and its treatment is only an operation, and you will have to get this operation done one by one, which will cost 60 to 65,000. I said, okay doctor. I came out from there, and after coming, till I had been 4 months after taking my first mantra. In the meantime, I went to the ashram of God, Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj, and took Satnam. And when I started chanting Satnam, Bhagat Ji, the condition came that today my ears are like before. There was no need to do any operation. Even if there was no need to take medicine, you can see this is the biggest miracle. Both ears are completely healthy without operation. You can see that from 2019 to today, 2021 is going on. I have not had any operation. I have not taken any medicine. I have not gone to that doctor. Still, I have absolutely no problem in both my ears. It is absolutely fine. This is the biggest miracle, sir. Thirdly, many miracles keep happening. They happen every day. This is also the grace of the Lord. Such miracles happen all the time, and many such miracles keep happening, which no matter how much I tell, I cannot count.
Sir, today there is a big question for the devotee community. You had a big accident. The doctors also told you that you cannot recover 90%. Even 10% is also God wish. If He bless you, you will be fine. You took initiation from Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj and you got cured. Sir, why is it like this? People go to pilgrimage places, go to deities, and they are not able to get cured. But Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj is curing the biggest disease. So what is the logic behind this? How is Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj able to do this?
Supreme God Kabir has come in the cover of Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj, and he is a Tattvadarshi saint, because today Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj is giving scripture-based knowledge and telling each and everything in detail. It is certified knowledge. As you will see in the Vedas, it is clearly written in the Vedas that if someone is suffering from severe disease, even if he is near to death, I can cure him and give him a life of 100 years. Already there is evidence in the Vedas, in the Gita, and Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj is opening them and showing the certified knowledge. And this is possible only through scripture-based devotion, not by going to temples and mosques, because that is all arbitrary way of worship. That is not the right method of devotion. The right devotion is our Sadguru Rampal Ji Maharaj is telling. Even thousands and millions of people are being cured. Most of the people come for their problem.
How can initiation be taken from Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj?
There is a very easy way to take initiation from Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj Ji. As you're watching in this channel, Satsang comes of Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj is coming. In that Satsang, there's a yellow bar at the bottom. In that, many numbers are given. You can call to these numbers. On calling, you'll be informed about your nearest name initiation center, and you can easily go there and get initiation and get welfare done.
Thank you, sir.
Sat Sahib Ji.
You were listening to the auspicious discourses of Jagat Guru Tattvadarshi Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj. For more details, visit our website www.jagatgururampalji.org. With the blessings of Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, there are more than 500 Naam Diksha centers all over the world, where free online initiation is being given. To know about your nearest Naam Diksha center, please contact 8222 880541.